Thank you for having me. It's just an honor to be with you today. I'm glad to be with all of you this week as we roll out the Thrive Act, because in order to survive, we need everyone, especially our frontline communities and our communities of color, to thrive. We're facing a series of intersecting crises: climate change, a public health pandemic, racial injustice, and economic inequality. We know that we cannot defeat any of these crises alone. We must develop a roadmap for recovery that addresses all of them at the same time. And thankfully, with America's favorite pastime almost upon us, it's opening day for infrastructure. Today, President Biden will roll out a $2.25 trillion recovery package to invest in our nation's infrastructure, create millions of jobs, and help our country rebuild following this crisis, all while centering climate solutions at the heart of the investment. In his plan, billions of dollars are expected to go to rebuild the United States infrastructure, such as its roads and bridges and highways and ports. Over 170 billion is expected to go to electric vehicles, 111 billion to replace lead pipes and upgrade drinking water and waste systems, and 100 billion will be targeted to cleaning up the power grid and making it carbon-free by 2035. Another couple of $100 billion will go to building and retrofitting affordable housing, and buildings will go for new research as well on new technologies. So it's a strong start. It's an historic infrastructure investment, but there's always going to be more to be done. I'm working with the Biden administration to continue to advocate, to push for a bold and ambitious final package, to put forward a plan that meets the scale and the scope of this crisis and sets bold and aggressive standards for our recovery. That's what our Thrive Act is all about. We need a plan that will put people back to work, put money back in pockets, but will also fight systemic racism, protect public health, and drastically cut down on climate pollution. We can't go back to business as usual. The Thrive Agenda invests $1 trillion over the next 10 years to immediately create and then sustain 15 million new good-paying and equitable jobs. We will center union power, prevailing wages, collective bargaining protections. We cannot leave our workers behind, and that's why we're investing in job transition programs and the public institutions that enable workers and communities to thrive. Our plan puts 50% of investment in frontline communities and communities of color, and centers environmental justice in every policy. We have moved from a climate denier in chief to having climate experts at the helm of our government. We have an intergenerational movement of people who are demanding ambitious action that repairs historic harms, and we have the science behind us, showing that we can save lives and save money if we stop wasting time. But it's going to take organizers and activists and leaders like each of you to renew renew New England and renew America. We make this a reality if we do that work. Your work is more critical now than ever, and I thank you for your continued partnership to create a cleaner, safer, more hopeful world. And I thank you all so much for everything that you are doing.